Good morning, my name is Greg Frank. I appreciate you having me here. My goal in this presentation is to show you a few of my skills and tell you why I'm the person you've been looking for to join your team. First, a little about me. I was born in 1981 in Princeton, Minnesota, and raised in Big Lake, Minnesota. I went to high school in California and spent 15 years in Texas. In Texas, I went to radio school to develop that part of my skills. I've been into art and music since I was in utero. It's been an obsession of mine my entire life. Creating is something I love doing. It doesn't matter if that creation comes from a digital art piece, a song on my guitar, or something I make in the garage. I love doing it all. For years I was on the radio. I did audio art there with my morning show and the commercials that I produced. I decided to go to school for it so I can eventually make a living doing what I love. The following slides are a few of the projects I did during school. When you hire someone, you aren't just hiring that person. You hire what they bring to the table. If you don't have the passion and drive, find something you do have passion for and do that. Nobody likes an employee that's settling. With me, you get all things positive. I have the drive, passion, and skill it takes to pump out a great end result. Those there set me above most of the designers out there today. This first project, I created this piece because we were asked to illustrate a quote we liked by a famous individual. I always liked this one by Ozzy Osbourne. Of all the things I've lost, I've missed my mind the most. It speaks to me on many levels. Our mind either gets older or goes weak as time goes on. If it goes weak, you miss what you once had. If you never had it, you'd miss it even more because you long for a stronger mind. I created it with Adobe Illustrator and InDesign. Pairing those two programs together work well. The next project. This billboard was one of my favorites. The idea was to take an already created ad space and put in a new advertisement on the billboard. The ad was in pieces, so it was up to me to create the end result. I found a model picture, removed his original eyewear, resized and colored the product glasses, and made it look like he was wearing them the whole time. I changed up his clothes to something more edgy and dark, and added the script. I then had to mask it in a way where it looked like it was actually printed on that billboard. I did that in Adobe Photoshop. This one was a fun one. The idea was to redesign a magazine cover and give it an edge. We used Photoshop on this project. This displays how I can take something seemingly normal and make it cutting edge. Nothing originally was as it seems in this project. The man's shirt was a different color with a pattern on it. He was looking directly ahead. I used a puppet tool in order to change the position of where he was looking. I also changed the color of his glasses. I did a few layer tricks on the digital text across the heading. I added a shadow in the background and had some fun with the text on the cover. Before I knew it, I had a really nice piece worthy of a magazine cover. The idea on this project was to make an attractive flyer to promote an event for my DJ and imaging company. I took some royal-free DJ images mixed with some of my own stuff from past events. This particular show was a rock show at a local event center. I wanted the feel of a hardcore rock show. I think I accomplished that. I took my company logo and changed up the colors to make it pop a little more. This event actually happened and the flyer did an excellent job of getting my name out there with the local public. Most of the time, word of mouth is just as quick and effective to get your name out there as social media is. This piece kind of aided in that. This logo I created back in 2001 at a show I did in Corpus Christi, Texas. I sketched it out on a bar napkin with a pen. Up until recently, I only had images of that bar napkin that I was using for my company logo. The logo was an attractive brand for my company. I used Adobe Illustrator to create this image not only to clean up my logo, but bring the brand into 2019. I exported it into a GIF image because it was nice and crisp, but with no background, so I can place it over anything without having to blend the background on the piece I'm working on. I can stick it on any web page or merch as well without any hassle. I kind of like how it turned out. This piece was a cool project for a magazine insert for my company. I not only wanted to incorporate my logo into it, but attract some positive attention as well. I used Adobe Illustrator and InDesign as well to make this piece. I wanted it to look as if the logo were embedded into a water droplet falling. I used quite a few layers to give it the depth and dimension it needed. I added some shadow and a link to my website in the shadow as well. I thought about adding the refreshingly perfect part inside the water droplet, but in the end, it would have looked way too overcrowded. I think the end result was the right move. The piece ended up looking pretty sharp. This piece was an assignment for my video class. The idea was to make a video with my own pictures and video clips. I made the piece in Adobe Premiere Pro and with Adobe Audition. Audio editing is one of my talents and loves from being in radio. I edited the audio and stretched it to cover the time of the video perfectly. The subject for the video was my dogs Mila and Beefcake. I wanted the feel of the video to pull on some heartstrings, and I think I did just that. There's a lot of negative PR out there regarding breeds of dogs people think that are aggressive, like pit bulls and mastiffs. My dogs are both English Mastiffs. They are big and intimidating to anyone who doesn't know them, but in reality, they're a couple of big teddy bears. I'm happy with the end result of this little video. I think it helps a little to showcase that side of my work as well. Talent is a big deal in this industry. Some of it is learned over time, and most of it has to do with your love for the art and passion for making an amazing final project. We have deadlines to meet as well. In that respect, speed also plays a factor. How fast can you complete a project while keeping things professional and all in all amazing? That's the biggest part of making a decision with someone that you choose to work with and hire. Nobody's perfect. However, if you have the bare bones, the rest can be acquired over time based on your experiences with the time that you put in, married up with the people around you. I believe you never really stop learning new things. It doesn't matter what business you're in, be it trucking, radio, or digital design. You do what you love and take pride in your work. Everything else will come in time. This is why I'd be a good fit to work with. Thank you for taking the time to see some of my work and getting to know a little about me.